Welcome back, everyone. This is Thomas Triple T Tie with another new bullish crypto analysis. Before we dig in, this is for edutainment only and not to be considered as financial advice. Feel free to smash the like, ring my bell, hit subscribe, or leave a comment in the YouTube comment section or my Twitter account whenever you find value. I would appreciate it. Before we dig into the chart, let's take a look at a couple news items that will help or impact the market. First, yesterday FOMC announcement with the 25 basis points hike for the interest rate. That's priced in, so that's cool. No surprise there. But what's interesting is that they announced the seven hikes in the total for 2022, and that gives the market clarity. And the market doesn't like uncertainty or lack of direction, and so that helped the market pumped it a little bit. Additionally, the Russian invasion of Ukraine, their negotiation is progressing, and there's hints of potential peace negotiation making progress, especially with President Zelensky saying that they may not ever join NATO, and that's part of what Russia wanted. So that was a sticking point, and so that the market reacted positively. Also in China, the Chinese government, they said that they're going to be more lenient and proactive to help the economy over there recover, especially with the crackdown on the tech sector, and also sending a lifeline to the real estate market. So that was well received, and we'll see that in the charts in a little bit here. So those are the important. There are many important things, but those are the news that may impact the market. So let's dive in and take a look at the charts. And that's not the chart I want. That is crypto market, predominantly green today. Bitcoin, 40K support is still holding. It's at 40.8K with a dominance at 42.38. Ethereum's at 2.8K, dominance at 18.44. What's interesting here is typically Ethereum's dominance is in the 17% when Bitcoin drops to into the 42s percent. But it's Ethereum is still above 18%, while Bitcoin dropped a bit. Luna is red. I mentioned in my tweet that I think Luna will drop back into the low 80s, 81, upper 70s within a couple weeks, and there's possibility that I could be right there. So we'll see. Everything else, AVAX pumping 13%, and it's at 79.86. We got Rune and Ape also pumping. So overall, pretty good day for crypto. In the U.S. equities market, technology is mixed and muted. In with the big companies here, Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia, TSM, etc. AMD is down today with negative 4.6. And but we have software application, very green here. Information technology, somewhat muted. Communication services, mostly green but muted green, with the exception of Netflix and Snap and a few other ones here. Consumer silico, we have Amazon up 2.26, Baba down for negative 4.12. Mostly green, but except for the some of the Chinese company over here. Over consumer defensive, mostly green, some of it muted. Financial again, some greens, some greens here, somewhat green, I would say. Credit services, we got a couple greens, but very muted. Insurance diversified, you got Berkshire here. You got one up 1.85. Asset management mostly green, some muted. Healthcare very green. Healthcare is looking good. We got industrials looking somewhat green but muted. Real estate same thing. Energy is popping today with very bright green over here. Basic materials somewhat green, but some of it muted, some of it bright. Utilities muted green. So overall, it's like mixed bag. What I'm curious about is the technology sector as it pertains to crypto and communication services. So that's what I'm more focusing. But it's nice to see the whole industry. Let's dive into the charts. We might want to turn on the mouse highlighter pointer here. Let's go over to the watch list. SPX is at 43.95, up point. The screen is so far away with small, tiny text. Up less than a point, less than a percentage. Nasdaq is at 14,000. I can't read it. 14,058, up 0.74. The Dow index is 34,335, somewhere around there, and it's up 0.80%. VIX volatility index is down below 30 at 25.5, and that's down -4 and some change. Dixie is at 97.97, and that's down -6 something percent. U.S. 10-year yield, that's at 2.19, and that's down. Let's see here. I can't read it with the bright light. Well, that's flat, 0. Down here, let's take a look at oil. Oil is back above 100 at 103.8, and that's up 9.25%. That sucks. Gold is at 1,940, and that's up 0.67. Silver, I'm gonna skip that. For the euro pair with USD, that's up, so euro's holding pretty strong. Pound versus USD, that's holding strong too. That's up also, just a slight bit. USD paired with the Japanese yen, that's down. So USD is looks pretty weak today. US dollar. Let's go over here. Let's go over to the chart and take a look at trends. You can see Bitcoin here in the last 3 days. It's been up, looking pretty bullish, but currently it's kind of flat at market opening here. It tanked down at market opening and it's going sideways. The Nasdaq, same thing, positive correlation with Nasdaq, Bitcoin, and S&P 500 indexes. All three went up in the last 3 days. Nasdaq today went down at market opening and then went up. Same thing with S&P 500, pretty much ticked down slightly and then went up. But the positive correlation for the aftermarket opening is not holding between S&P 500 and Nasdaq and Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going sideways while the other two are trending up. For the Dow, again, up in the last 3 days, up after market opening today. The dollar index trending down, negative correlation holds against Bitcoin and the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq. And then today, market opening, it went down and then went slightly back up. So negative correlation with the dollar index and the S&P 500 and Nasdaq is holding, but not quite holding with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's doing something strange here. So the fact that the negative correlation with the tech sector and the dollar index is holding, something's gonna change. So Bitcoin probably will make a move or the dollar make a move. Currently, the dollar is going back up. So let's see if Bitcoin drops back down, and let's see if the tech stocks drop back down too. We'll see. Here's the trend for the U.S. 10-year yield. Continuous rise here in the last 7 days, pretty much as an average. Over in the European market, last 3 days, all of them are trending up. However, in the current period right now, the UK 100 is trending up. The other two, the DAX and the CAC, are pretty much kind of going sideways. And the stocks 600, it's choppy. It went down, then now going back up. Over in the Australian market right here, I've been going up past almost 2.5 days here, and currently chopping sideways. The Nikkei 225 trending up and going choppy in its current period or last recent traded period. The KOSPI in South Korea, again trending up there and choppy currently right now. Same thing with the Hang Seng HSI over in Hong Kong, trending up and still going up, not really choppy. The Shanghai Shenzhen CSI 300, that's trending up, but it popped in the last 24 or so period, and then in the last period it went up and then went down slightly. So overall, I think, in my opinion, the chart is showing that there's bullish movement to the upside. The market's bullish right now. After the FOMC announcement with the 25 basis point increase, and also that they're gonna increase around 25 basis point in the next additional 6 meetings, but they left themselves some room to maneuver in case inflation is it goes significantly high. So they left some room to maneuver. So yeah, market's looking pretty positive overall worldwide, but we'll see what happens. The macro environment with Ukraine, Russia, it's hard to trust what Russia says. It's like they say they're not bombing civilian areas, and but they end up bombing hospitals and maternity wards, and bombing churches holding thousands of civilians. Trying to protect themselves from bombs, and bombing areas where there are children. So difficult to trust what the Russians say. Their words they don't mean much. So when it comes to peace negotiation, anything's possible with the Russians. Yeah, so looking pretty good. I think that the current momentum isn't sustainable. And I would take a look at, how to prepare for the next downside, the wave to the downside, when this rally sinks in a little bit, and it starts to trend back down again to where it was. So that's where I'm thinking it's gonna go, because there's so many macro environments, geopolitical elements are at play right now. I appreciate your time. If you found this helpful or valuable, feel free to smash the like, ring my bell, hit subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next video later today. Peace.